Hi, I'm Rex Moore with the Motley Fool in front of BMW's self-driving exhibit at CES in Las Vegas. Now, have you ever wondered how to invest in this revolutionary technology? Well, I'm going to give you the top 5 things that you might want to know about. And I hope you remember this short list because I believe it's especially important if you're even thinking about investing in the promise of this exciting technology. Number 1. It's probably going to be bigger than you're even imagining, and that's great for investors. Here's what I mean. You yourself might be skeptical at the moment. Maybe you've been hearing about self-driving cars for years, but haven't seen any proof that it's going to happen. But I know through my sources that dozens of companies are working non-stop on all aspects of getting these cars to mass market. I've ridden in several of them over the past few years, and I know how safe they are. Here's exactly what I think is going to happen. As soon as they become available, people will see a great reduction in accidents and fatalities. Insurance rates will fall as a result. Traffic will become much smoother and commutes shorter. And that's why I see extremely fast acceptance and adoption of this technology. And that's why the time is now to think about investing while skepticism is still high and before short-term oriented Wall Street wakes up to it. Which leads me to point number 2. Fortunes will be made. Think back a few years about some of the other life-changing technologies that exploded into our lives, like when the internet hit big with companies like Amazon and Google, or the smartphone revolution, and with it, the rise of Apple, Facebook, and countless others. I believe we're looking at the same thing here, where in a few years, companies will skyrocket in wealth and become household names. But, point number 3, not everyone will win. Remember, for every Amazon, there's an Excite.com. For every Netflix, a Blockbuster. I predict there will be many stocks, including some obvious names, that disappoint their investors during the self-driving revolution. Point number 4. It's happening sooner than you think. There are already partial self-driving vehicles on the road now, like this Tesla Model 3 you see me in here. The technology really is almost completely ready, and now various government entities need to make it easy for it to roll out quickly. And that's another reason I think now is the time to act. And finally, point number 5. Here is the twist. Maybe the best way to invest in self-driving cars is to ignore the cars themselves. Here's what I mean. All of the talking heads in the media go on and on about Tesla and Uber and other big names, but they're not telling you the really big story behind it all. It's the giant prize that Tesla and hundreds of other companies are chasing. It's the ability to control the car that has my investor juices flowing, to be the brains behind the car. Instead of investing in the maker of a single brand of car, what if you could invest in the company that has its technology embedded in dozens of these brands? It's almost like their cash register rings every time most autonomous vehicles roll off the assembly line. And the amazing thing is this one company is not only poised to be a major player in self-driving cars, but it's already raking in billions of dollars in free cash flow by being a leader in artificial intelligence technology. And that is not only crucial for self-driving cars, but also everything from healthcare to retail to agriculture, and I'm just scratching the surface here. We at Motley Fool Stock Advisor believe this company presents a huge opportunity for us individual investors, especially if we get in before the crowd. But that crowd may be just around the corner. I've already seen this technology being pitched on ABC's Shark Tank show, and one of the investors on there went gung-ho for it by making one of the biggest investments in the show's history. So because we see the time drawing nearer when this technology hits the mainstream, Tom and David Gardner of Motley Fool Stock Advisor felt it was time to offer a special report called One Stock for the Self-Driving Revolution. This report is free to you when you sign up for Stock Advisor today. Why should you listen to the experts at Stock Advisor? Well, Motley Fool Stock Advisor has been helping investors find great stocks since 2002. And though not every pick is done as well as these, the full list of winners is much longer. And here's the bottom line. Over the last 18 years, Motley Fool Stock Advisor's average stock pick has returned 410%, and that's more than tripling the return of the S&P 500 over that time period. So simply enter your email address to learn about the one stock we think you need in your portfolio for the coming self-driving revolution.